Yeah, all along, Tank is the best fighter in the world.
Sensational, beautiful knockout. But like I told everybody yesterday, round 8.
The boxing world was set ablaze as Gervonta "Tank" Davis obliterated Frank Martin with a vicious knockout that left jaws on the floor. Before the epic clash, the air was thick with anticipation and expert breakdowns trying to forecast the madness to come.
Of his record, of his performance, of this, you said he's a bitch ass, and I got him, I can take him. Where did you see this at?
Veteran analyst Timothy Bradley didn't mince words. Tank was the overwhelming favorite, but he warned against shrugging off the hungry underdog. Don't sleep on fighters yearning to be champs, Bradley cautioned. That hunger is priceless fuel that can turn any opponent into a raging bull, no matter who's across the ring. Bradley went deep on Davis's sublime skills, saying Davis is a true master of the sweet science with one of the most versatile skill sets among all champions. With his right foot and hand positioned forward, the southpaw stance gives him an edge, as do his hand speed, power, accuracy, and tactical prowess. Davis seems to possess a sixth sense that helps him detect fears and weaknesses in his opponents. With laser focus, Bradley broke down Tank's compact 5'5" frame as an explosive weapon.
And just that presence of being in there with Tank, the guy that can punch it hard with both hands, bro, it's gonna gas out.
With a low center of gravity and a height of just 5'5", Tank leverages his stature to unleash powerful upward strikes. This lower stance not only enhances his explosive punching power, but also allows him to surprise his opponents by attacking from unexpected angles. Bradley likened Tank's ring prowess to pound-for-pound king Naoya Inoue, stating how they're classmaster predators who pick apart flaws to detonate bombs at the perfect time. He painted a vivid picture of Davis as a ruthless finisher. Davis is known for unleashing his power punches once he has worn down his opponents physically and mentally, quickly transforming into a violent offensive rhythm with incredible precision, speed, power, and accuracy while moving at different angles.
There's a right hand stepping back the head of Gervonta. Oh, down goes Santa Cruz on a vicious left uppercut.
Turning to the underdog, Bradley showed respect for Frank Martin's relentless engine, stating that his style mirrors Tank's fluidity, smart setups, and counterpunching, but he lacks one-punch power. Instead, Martin relies on blazing reflexes and combos. Bradley lauded the challenger's intelligence and control inside the trenches. He said Martin's experience may be limited on paper, but he has impressive control and offensive and defensive skills inside the ring. When stationed in the pocket, he's a bit of a control freak, showcasing nuances beyond his experience with guard manipulation, frames, body bumps, guard pins, turning on slight angles, and maintaining head control. In a shocking prediction, elite welterweight Errol Spence Jr. boldly called the upset for Martin. Spence believed the underdog was primed for his moment, brushing off criticism that he ducked Shakur Stevenson for this bigger opportunity. On the other hand, former welterweight champion Andre Berto favored Tank, but warned the big stage could overwhelm the relatively untested underdog. Meanwhile, Hector Luis Garcia, a past Tank victim, saw no path to victory for Martin. "We can't take anything away from Martin. He's a very good fighter. Having said that, I expect Tank to win by knockout. I think that his speed and power will be too much for Martin," Garcia predicted bluntly. The ultra-confident Teofimo Lopez echoed that knockout forecast while questioning Martin's big stage mettle. "Tank understands the focus needed to reach the next level," Lopez stated, "but does Frank have the mental strength when the crowd, lights, and millions watching are all on him?" Lopez picked Tank early, saying, "I believe Tank should finish him in no more than 6 or 7 rounds. That's where I'm at." But Lopez acknowledged Martin could expose flaws in Tank's game before succumbing. Frank may show some holes in Tank's style, but does he have the mental strength to capitalize? We'll see on June 15th. Respected boxing voice Doug Fisher argued that this was a solid matchup between elite lightweights, no matter what critics said. He predicted a highly tactical, competitive chess match. "I think Martin will intelligently press Davis throughout much of the bout, but Tank will remind the boxing public, especially his detractors, that he's an elite ring general. He will move with ease and strike with sudden authority. I envision Tank scoring a knockdown or two en route to a competitive decision." Similarly, analyst Anson Wainwright agreed this could be an intriguing fight after Martin spurned Shakur Stevenson for this Premier Boxing Champions showdown with Tank. But the long 14-month layoff since Davis's last fight could create problematic ring rust. Still, Wainwright expected the favorite to overcome any early issues. Contrarian manager Jolene Mafone went against the grain, picking Martin. I'm sure I'm one of the few going for this pick, but I think that Martin has the talent and style to pull the upset. Martin needs to box Davis's ears off, make Davis very uncomfortable, and stay away from the left hand. If Martin doesn't let the lights and all the talking get to him, and sticks to the game plan that I'm sure Derek has, he has a very good chance of pulling the upset.
The way the fight was going to go was kind of predictable to me. You know what I'm saying? Tank like to download that information early, and then once he got it, he's going to take advantage of it. So I kind of knew the fight was going to go that way.
Of course, the world watched Tank do what most expected, detonating a spectacular knockout blast to put Martin down for the count. The aftermath was electric, with sterling breakdowns and hot takes pouring in from all corners. Leading off, all-time great Floyd Mayweather unleashed a brutal reaction, making it clear where his allegiances lie. Similarly, Tank's former team at Mayweather Promotions still had love for their old meal ticket, with CEO Leonard Ellerby gushing for his former star.
Tank is the best fighter in the world. Tank's the best fighter in the world. Experience.
Exactly.
And you saw that tonight.
He also gave the Martin camp props for their effort, but made it clear Tank is simply superior to all his potential rivals. Welterweight king Errol Spence Jr. was left stunned and drooling over Tank's sublime skills and explosive power. Spence remarked that Tank had demonstrated his ability to knock out opponents with powerful shots. He noted that Davis effectively set traps for his opponents, specifically highlighting how he set traps and caught Martin with a particularly powerful shot.
Tank dude set traps and catch you, especially late.
Former champ Sean Porter perfectly summarized Davis's brilliant ring generalship dissecting and dismantling Martin. After round 3, Tank had already solved Frank's game plan and didn't let him back into the fight from there, Porter explained. It was a mental and physical breakdown. The always outspoken Dylan Dennis was more succinct, tweeting, "Tank Davis is a fucking beast." Ryan Garcia nailed his pre-fight prediction, then congratulated Tank with grace and respect. "I told you it was going to be the 8th round," Garcia boasted beforehand, then pulled Tank aside to offer praise after the massacre, showing the bond between elite fighters. Not everyone was in awe though, with human highlight reel Regis Prograis simply tweeting, "Damn, Tank just flattened Martin," conveying more shock than praise. Overall, Tank's epic KO drew raves, breakdowns, and keen insight from every corner, cementing his status as not just a knockout artist, but a brilliant tactician too.
So he definitely made his name on the backyard at 135 pounds. I mean, we gotta just see what happens.
Nobody puts it all together at the highest level quite like Davis right now.
I mean, he definitely was, throwing more punches than our beginning of the rounds. And my whole thing was to, let him tire himself out.
So while Frank Martin gave a game effort, this huge heart simply wasn't enough against the sport's most electrifying force. A showdown with Shakur would be an explosive collision of two of boxing's brightest young stars. The brash, outspoken Stevenson has been angling for this fight, tweeting, "Can't wait to shock the world. Remember everything y'all saying now," after watching Tank dismantle Martin. The Newark native sees himself the superior boxer with the skills to outfox and outmaneuver Davis. But Tank's concussive power and relentless pressure could potentially overwhelm Stevenson's technique. It would be a classic boxer versus puncher battle for supremacy. A Davis versus Haney clash would be an intriguing style contrast as well. The slick, elusive Haney possesses outstanding footwork and mobility that could give Tank fits. His length and accurate jab could keep the shorter, thicker Davis at bay. However, Tank's incredible work rate, non-stop pressure, and firepower could potentially erode Haney's movement and force him into a phone booth war. It would test both men's ability to impose their contrasting style. The ultimate legacy fight for Tank could come against the legendary Vasily Lomachenko. The Ukrainian virtuoso is a master technician and ring genius who many consider one of the greatest amateur fighters of all time. His footwork, angles, and overall mastery of boxing's nuances are spellbinding to watch. Loma could clearly hold the experience edge, but Tank's combination of speed, explosiveness, and two-handed power could give the crafty southpaw fits he's never seen. While Tank would be the betting underdog, his firepower and relentless body attack could crack Loma's code.
Big left hook that caught Nunez, and now Davis is going on the attack. Nunez is hurt. Can Nunez recover? Oh, big straight left. He's in big trouble, and this one is over.
No matter the opponent, you can be sure Tank Davis will have blacked out arenas and millions watching his every move. He's must-see TV whenever he laces up the gloves. With his unique combination of knockout power, fearsome offensive skills, and ravenous hunger, fans simply can't get enough of the pint-sized destroyer.